Wilson now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now the offense getting set, 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and short. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, here's Miller. Shrugs him off. 7 yards there and a first down. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. Then the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback. Let's go.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. On play action, it's Carr. And his throw is incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target, but it'll be 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Carr. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. The ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now Carr again. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Grant. And I think the ball's out. And the Texans scoop it. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 20, 10. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Gano for the extra point. And And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first-quarter lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken at the 3. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Carr going to throw. And to the left side here, Wilson. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Wilson snags it left side. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense heading out, and time to discuss their backfield. You know, it's been interesting during training camp. First they decided to cut bait on D'Onta Foreman, Charles. Just couldn't seem to come back from his Achilles injury. He wound up in Indy, and to replace him, they took a swing on Duke Johnson, who'd been wanting a trade out of Cleveland.
And I like the move for Duke Johnson because in head coach Bill O'Brien's offense, having that versatile running back who can run it and catch it out of the backfield is paramount. I think he'll have an immediate role for the Houston Texans.
And of course, they've still got Lamar Miller as their number 1. Could they be a landing spot for somebody like a Melvin Gordon?
Yeah, they could. And I know a lot of people would say, well, what if Dallas wants to trade Ezekiel Elliott? I don't see that part happening. I think Bill O'Brien will always listen if a playmaker's on the market. Personally, I think if they target someone in a trade, there'll be someone in the offensive line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though,
touchdown, Houston. Jerry Rice, 45 yards. And the Texans push further out in front.
Yes, indeed. Jerry Rice from Mississippi Valley State. I remember when he broke into the league, and the nickname Flash was the one he was trying to get to catch on. As it turned out, he didn't need a nickname. 197 receiving touchdowns in the NFL, added on 10 rushing, and even had a fumble recovery for a total of 208 in his career.
By far the most all-purpose touchdowns in league history. Gano the extra point, and it's now 21-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On first down, Carr. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. To try again after the sack, Carr. And that going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On the counter, it's Crowell. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Right now, I'm just wondering where they turn on offense, Charles. I know we're not in the fourth quarter, but second quarter haven't scored and struggling to move the ball.
I don't think they abandoned the run game totally, but maybe you change up your tempos. Maybe you go a little bit faster, try and catch them back on their heels a little bit to try and accomplish what you want to get done.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Now it's Crowell. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, it's Carr. It's complete to Grant. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Well, let's have some fun while we have a minute here. Fantasy drafts are in full swing. I know I've got my family fantasy draft coming up, Charles. Who would be your top 3 picks? I know that you're a noted fantasy football expert, so who would you take?
Well, you've got to start with guys who are going to touch the football and put it in the end zone, right? You got to score points. How about Saquon Barkley with the Giants? You know he's going to run it. He's going to catch it. When they get desperate, they may actually have him return it as well. Alvin Kamara is an absolute matchup nightmare for everyone. And Christian McCaffrey, did he ever come off the field last year? And, you know, this guy, he's a threat to be a 1,000-yard runner and a 1,000-yard receiver, as is Kamara. So this is going to be fun to watch. I can't wait to see those guys do their thing. But there are plenty of other guys out there, too. If Zeke comes along, you got to take him. Melvin Gordon, if they both come to camp, we'll see how that works out. How about Todd Gurley and his health? Because, boy, when he touches the ball, great things usually happen.
And then wondering, someone like Le'Veon Bell took the year off, now a new offense. But if he starts going like he used to, he's obviously going to be a good one.
Fresh legs is what you're counting on with Le'Veon Bell and a fresh start in New York with the Jets. And if you're looking for an exciting rookie, remember this. Kyler Murray's going to get the ball from the first snap, and they're going to leave him in there throughout. And as long as he stays healthy, he's going to pitch it around the park a bunch. Don't be surprised if he gets a little love, too.
The kick by Carlson is good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run with Miller. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look at. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Texans push further out in front. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be marked out right there at the 20-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that. Coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
A gain of 13, it's a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Draw play, Crowell. Khalil Mack, of course, the former Raider, there to make the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That one a first down pickup of 8.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On play action. Now Carr. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Hall of Famer Ken Houston. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 29-yard line.
And that does it for this Madden Ultimate Team Solo Challenge. You did it. You defeated it. Congratulations. We'll see you next time.